Seems like you built a fence around your heart. I wanna love him so bad.
Today we're traveling back to 1964 to rediscover 10 forgotten one-hit wonders and the little-known stories behind them.
To kiss you, you know I'll always miss you.
You may have forgotten the artists, but it only takes a few notes to bring an entire era rushing back. If you love timeless classics and the stories behind them, be sure to subscribe and join us as we keep these musical memories alive.
I'll stay with you 1 year.
Number 10, California Sun by the Rivieras.
I'm going out west where I belong.
Within the first few seconds of California Sun, you can almost picture the car windows rolled down, the AM radio turned all the way up, and an endless summer highway stretching out ahead. The driving guitars, pounding drums, and explosive energy make the song sound as though it was born right on the beaches of California. Ironically, the Rivieras were actually from South Bend, Indiana. Their version of California Sun became one of the most memorable surf rock hits of 1964, climbing to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 while the British invasion was sweeping across America. More than 60 years later, the song can still bring summer rushing back in an instant. But our next story is even more surprising. A 49-year-old television actor was about to accomplish something almost nobody saw coming. Number 9, Ringo by Lorne Greene.
An hour I watched in awe. No human being could match the draw.
In 1964, while young rock bands with electric guitars dominated the airwaves, a 49-year-old actor unexpectedly topped the pop charts with the story of an Old West gunslinger. That unlikely hit was Ringo.
I knew someday I'd face the test. Which one of us would be the best? And sure.
Audiences already knew Lorne Greene as Ben Cartwright from the Nanza, but instead of singing in the traditional sense, Greene used his deep, commanding voice to narrate the life of an outlaw over a Western soundtrack. Somehow, Ringo rode all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Turned and stepped into the street. A dozen guns spit fire and lead.
A television star conquered pop radio simply by telling a cowboy story. That was one of the strangest chart toppers of 1964. Next, we leave the Wild West behind and step inside a lively R&B nightclub.
Above the name of Ringo.
Put on your red dress, baby.
Number 8, High Heel Sneakers by Tommy Tucker.
Are we going out tonight?
Picture yourself inside an R&B club in 1964. The lights are low, the dance floor is packed, and the jukebox is playing a groove so irresistible that nobody wants to stay seated. That's exactly the world of high heel sneakers.
Case some fool might wanna find.
Tommy Tucker took a simple idea about high-heeled shoes, a red dress, and a night out, then transformed it into a confident blues classic. The song crossed over from the R&B audience onto the Billboard Hot 100 and was later recorded by many legendary artists. Tommy Tucker eventually faded from the pop spotlight, but the song kept walking through one generation after another. And if those high heels brought us onto the dance floor, the next hit takes us into the bedroom of a teenage girl hopelessly in love.
Before we continue, can I ask you for one small favor? More than 90% of the people who enjoy these videos still haven't subscribed to the channel. If this channel has ever brought back a special memory or helped you rediscover a great song, please take just a second to hit the subscribe button. Every video takes hours of research, writing, and editing because these timeless classics, and the stories behind them, deserve to be remembered. Subscribing is completely free, but your support helps us keep bringing these musical memories back to life. Thank you so much. Now, let's get back to the music.
He lives in my neighbor.
Number 7, I Wanna Love Him So Bad by the Jelly Beans.
I wanna love him so bad.
A transistor radio sitting beside the bed, posters covering the bedroom walls, and a teenage girl daydreaming about the boy she loves. I Wanna Love Him So Bad feels like a perfect snapshot preserved from 1964.
I wanna love him so bad.
The Jelly Beans came from Jersey City, bringing the girl group sound that dominated radio into their biggest and most memorable recording. Sweet vocal harmonies and an unforgettable chorus carried the song into the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10, making it seem as though the group's future had only just begun.
I wanna love him so bad.
But the magic faded almost as quickly as it arrived, and their later singles slowly disappeared from the airwaves. Maybe that's why this song still sounds forever young, like a first love that never had the chance to grow old.
Love is driving me mad. Selfish one, why keep your love to
Number 6, Selfish One by Jackie Ross.
It seems like you built a fence around your heart.
Sometimes a voice comes over the radio that makes you reach for the volume knob immediately. Jackie Ross had exactly that kind of voice on Selfish One, soft and graceful one moment, then filled with heartbreak the next.
But still wears out through weather and age and
Ross was still very young when the song introduced her to audiences across America. Blending polished pop with the emotional depth of Chicago soul, Selfish One climbed into the Billboard Top 20 in 1964. For a few unforgettable minutes, she sounded destined to become one of radio's biggest stars.
you better let your heart find a mate.
That future never quite arrived. But sometimes, a single recording is enough to keep a remarkable voice alive for more than 60 years. And number 5 is even more unforgettable. You'll recognize it from the very first drum beat.
The right to kiss you, you know I'll
Number 5, Have I the Right by the Honeycombs.
have the right to touch you out if I could you.
Forget the guitars for a moment. The first thing that makes Have I the Right stand out is the pounding drum beat, loud, relentless, and bursting straight out of the radio speaker. In 1964, that sound made the Honeycombs almost impossible to mistake for any other band.
I just can't bear it. I got to know.
A big part of that power came from Honey Lantry, one of the very few female drummers in a successful pop band during that era. Produced by Joe Meek, Have I the Right used unusual recording techniques that made the drums sound bigger and more powerful than almost anything else on the radio. The result was a major hit that reached number 1 in the UK and the top 5 in the United States.
To kiss you, you know I'll always miss you.
The Honeycombs never repeated that level of success in America, but those unforgettable drums still make the record sound as exciting today as it did more than 60 years ago. And after all that energy, the next song offers something much simpler, a promise to sing beneath the sunshine.
Oh yes, you belong.
We'll sing in the sunshine.
Number 4, We'll Sing in the Sunshine by Gale Garnett.
We'll never love you. The cost of
Not every hit of 1964 needed roaring guitars or a dramatic story. We'll Sing in the Sunshine needed only Gale Garnett's warm voice and a melody that sounded as though it had been written for a perfect summer afternoon.
I'll soon be out of sight, but we can sing in the sunshine.
Born in New Zealand and raised in Canada, Gale Garnett wrote the very song that would introduce her to American radio. Beneath its bright, cheerful melody lies an unusually bittersweet love story. A woman promises to stay with the man she loves for 1 year before moving on. Audiences were captivated, and the song climbed to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Although Garnett continued writing songs and performing, she never enjoyed another hit of the same magnitude. Even so, the sunshine in this song has never faded. And from one gentle summer afternoon, we shift to the roar of a small sports car racing down the highway.
Then I'll be on my way. My Cobra out of the track. It's to the back of my
Number 3, Hey Little Cobra by the Chords.
Cobra, get ready to strike. Spring little Cobra with a high might.
Before the Mustang, before the Camaro, there was the Shelby Cobra, a small sports car fast enough to inspire the dreams of young Americans everywhere. In 1964, the Chords captured that excitement with Hey Little Cobra. The song arrived at a time when records about fast cars, sunny beaches, and endless summers dominated the radio. Blending surf music with Beach Boys-style harmonies, Hey Little Cobra raced all the way into the Billboard Top 5. The formula seemed perfect: a fast car, an unforgettable chorus, and the whole summer waiting just ahead. But eventually, every Cobra disappears around the bend in the road. And our number 2 song begins with a surprising case of mistaken identity. Many listeners believed they were hearing Elvis Presley himself.
Every time you call me and tell me we should meet tomorrow.
Number 2, Suspicion by Terry Stafford.
Suspicion
Tore into my heart.
When Suspicion first came over the radio, countless Americans thought they were listening to Elvis Presley. Terry Stafford's voice sounded so remarkably similar that the comparison became an inseparable part of the song's story.
Maybe I'm suspicious cause your love is so hard to find.
What's even more interesting is that Elvis had actually recorded the song before Stafford did. Yet it was Stafford's 1964 version that unexpectedly exploded on the radio. Even while the Beatles were dominating America, Suspicion climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, an extraordinary achievement for a singer who had been virtually unknown just months before.
Oh, you keep on saying you really, really, really love me.
Stafford never matched that level of success again, but one unforgettable recording was enough to tie his name forever to 1964. And after a story filled with doubt and suspicion, only one song remains. A heartbreaking tale that millions of people still remember more than 60 years later.
Why torture me?
Well, where, oh, where can my baby
Number 1, Last Kiss by J. Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers.
leave this world?
The sound of screeching tires, a terrible crash, a young man holding the girl he loves for the very last time. Last Kiss doesn't need a dramatic backstory to leave listeners speechless. The song itself is already one of the most heartbreaking stories ever heard on 1960s radio.
Away from me. She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good.
J. Frank Wilson and the Cavaliers turned this tragic tale of a fatal car accident into one of the biggest hits of 1964. Filled with sorrow and longing, the recording climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was an extraordinary achievement for a song built around such a dark and emotional subject.
Be good, so I can see my baby when I leave this world.
The group never enjoyed another success on the same scale, but Last Kiss never truly disappeared. Decades later, a whole new generation rediscovered the song. Perhaps that's the remarkable power of music. Sometimes the saddest stories become the ones we remember the longest.
I lost my love, my life that night.
That wraps up our countdown of the 10 forgotten one-hit wonders of 1964. Songs that reached the top only once, yet have remained unforgettable for more than 6 decades.
I was born in a barn. Well, I'm going out of west where I belong. With
Which song instantly takes you back to 1964, the moment those opening notes begin to play? Share your memories with us in the comments below. And if you love these timeless classics as much as we do, don't forget to subscribe and join us on our next journey back to the golden age of music.